Nathan Zegura here at First Energy Stadium, where the Browns finished the preseason losing 21-20 to the Chicago Bears. They were 1-2 in their 3 preseason games, but again, it's about winning in the regular season, and tonight it was about the first look at Jacoby Brissett in a Browns uniform. He would play the entire first half, goes 13 of 23 for the Cleveland Browns, 109 yards and an interception. And on that interception, he was looking for Anthony Schwartz on a slant route. Schwartz collided with a defensive back, fell to the ground, and thus was not in the spot for the ball, and the Bears would get it. Brissett did rip some good throws, but offensively could not get the Browns in the end zone. In fact, the Browns' only offensive points in the first half, 2 field goals off of the foot of Cade York. He would miss a 58-yarder early in the game, but then made a 57-yarder as well as a 47-yarder in the first half to give the Browns those 6 points. The Browns' defense did not fare as well against Justin Fields and the starters of the Bears, as Fields was pretty much flawless. 14 of 16 passing, over 140 yards and 3 touchdowns. So the Browns would go into the second half trailing 21-6. But keep in mind, the offense, no Kareem Hunt, no Nick Chubb, no Amari Cooper, no Joel Bitonio, no Jack Conklin. The Browns would also have an injury on that line, as Wyatt Teller would go into the locker room early, and hopefully he will be ready for the game in Carolina. Defensively, no Miles, no Clowney, no Denzel, no Greg Newsome, and Grant Delpit would go into the locker room early. The Browns certainly hope to have their third-year safety ready to go in Carolina. The second half, though, the Browns' backups really put on a show. Josh Dobbs continued his great preseason, throwing a touchdown to Miller Forrestall on a beautiful pass on a 4th down, and then having an all-time 2-point conversion where he got out of sack, sprinted to the left, leapt into the air, and got it into the end zone for the Browns. The Browns would get a late touchdown on a quarterback sneak from Josh Rosen after a turnover, their second of the game, both leading directly to points. In the first half, it was Sean Jolly, the nickelback, with a sack strip fumble of Trevor Siemian. In the second half, it was Sean Jolly with the tackle again, and then DeAnthony Bell, that impressive undrafted free agent rookie, punched it out for a forced fumble, his second of the preseason. Jordan Kunashik would scoop it up, and then the Browns would punch it in. They would go for 2 to try to get a win. Nobody wants a tie in the preseason, but Rosen's pass for Javon Wims would fall incomplete. That would be the way the game would end, 21-20 Bears. Now, the Browns, the attention turns to getting this 53-man roster ready. That will come on Tuesday, when the roster must be trimmed from the current 80 down to 53. And then it is on to the Carolina Panthers, where the Browns will have their full complement of stars ready to go in Charlotte in the season opener. For complete coverage of the 53-man cutdown and the preparations for the 2022 season opener, September the 11th, against the Carolina Panthers, be sure to keep it tuned to ClevelandBrowns.com, the Browns mobile app, and of course, Cleveland Browns daily, Monday through Friday at 1 o'clock, as we get you ready for the start of the 2022 season. The preseason is over. There are some questions, there are some answers, but really, it's about the regular season, and that starts in just 15 days.